Hi, Anna. How are you doing today?
Hey, Miss Landry. Well, I could be better today, honestly.
Really? What's going on?
Well, I don't really know if I should tell you this. Um, it's something it's big. I haven't told anyone yet and I'm really scared.
Okay. Well, I just want to let you know that, before we even get started, since it's our first meeting, that, everything is confidential that we talk about and discuss, any notes that I take, unless, you talk about harming yourself or harming anyone else. Those would be the only situations, um, where if any information is subpoenaed by a court of law. But you can share whatever you want in this and it won't be told to anyone else if that makes you feel any better. Um, but I'm sorry you're having such a rough time.
Yeah, I don't know, like you were really not gonna tell anybody the stuff that I tell you?
Whatever you share, if you don't want me to share with anyone else, it's just between me and you.
Okay. Well, um so as you know, I'm 15 years old right now. I'm just a sophomore in high school,
Hmm.
and my parents are really strict. Um, so it's really hard for me to even say it out loud because I know that there's no going back after this. So it's really hard. I feel like I'm still in shock. I don't know what to think or how to feel, honestly. Um, so a couple days ago, I was having some symptoms. I was throwing up. I couldn't keep any food. Like I would eat and then I would just throw it back out. Um, and so my friends got me a pregnancy test, and well, it's positive, and I really don't know what to do.
Yeah, that seems like it's a lot to handle. And from what you've shown and said, it's a lot of big emotions, a lot of stress that comes along with it. How have you been dealing with it?
Well, I told my friend that it was negative. So I haven't told anyone yet. You're the first person that I tell this to, and I guess saying it out loud, it makes it even more real,
Mhm.
more scary. And I've been in my room these past couple days. I haven't been to school. I've told my parents that I just don't feel good. I've got like cough or a fever. I'll just make something up. And, they're busy working, so they don't really have time to come and actually see if like I'm telling the truth or not. But it's going to get to the point where they're going to be suspicious because I don't normally miss. I've gotten like perfect attendance, like, since I was in elementary, basically. I've only missed if it's like an emergency. So I'm just really scared because I know I won't be able to hide it for much longer. And I don't know how they're going to take it. I don't know how I'm taking it, honestly. Like, I'm just in shock still.
Okay. So what I'm getting is it's very fresh and you've just kind of been holding it all in for now, for as long as you can. And you
Yeah.
said your parents are strict. Um, so do you not think that how do you think that they would handle it?
Well, that's what I'm scared of because um my parents are very traditional. Um so they've always wanted me to wait until I was married and all that stuff, and I feel like I let them down. I let myself down. And I feel like my mom eventually she might understand, but my dad, on the other hand, I don't think he will, and I'm just scared that they're gonna kick me out, disown me, and just not want anything to do with me anymore, and I don't know how to go about that. I'm only 15 years old. I don't even have a job. Like, I really don't know what to do. I don't know how to feel. I don't know what the next step would be for me.
Okay. Well, would you be open to, talking through your options?
Well, do I have any options?
Um,
Like what is there like what is there for me like in the state? Like I'm sure that there's different rules like regarding all that stuff depending like on your age or like where you live and stuff.
well, it all depends on what you want to do. So, um, one option would be if you plan to keep the baby. Are you considering that?
Well, I don't know like I really don't know right now because my parents don't know yet. So if I did do that then there's a chance that they probably would never find out that I did anything, right?
Well, another option is abortion, but in Louisiana, it's not legal. So there are some exemptions, but um they're pretty strict. And although in Louisiana you don't have to have consent from your parents to get one, but it's not legal at this point in time. Um, so we would have to, see if there were any exemptions that you qualified under. Um, and we could navigate that together if you were interested in going that route. Um, there's also adoption, um, and a few other options.
Well, honestly, like I've kind of thought about this on my own, but like I said, we're very traditional. Um, we're very religious too, and I don't think abortion is something that I could ever live with myself if I did that.
Okay.
So, I mean, I guess I would have to continue with the pregnancy and kind of see what to do after when the baby's born.
Okay.
Um, but I'm scared about them finding out and what they're gonna do and if I'll have enough support to even get through it. Like I said, I'm only 15 and I can't even work right now.
Mm,
Um, so I would depend on them basically. And if they don't want me, then I don't know if I could even live or make it out of this.
okay. So, um, when you said make it out of this, are you kind of questioning anything, like questioning life or um, your ability to continue on?
Well, kind of. Um, I know I would never do anything like, against like my life. Like I said, I grew up in a religious family, but it's something that I've thought about like maybe if I didn't exist then this wouldn't have happened or I wouldn't have to be like navigating through this alone because I feel alone. I don't have friends or parents who are going to be there to support me and guide me to make these decisions. But it's not something that like I plan on ever doing. Like I said, I could never take my own life or do anything like that, especially now that, I'm gonna have a child.
Mhm. Okay, that's good to hear that you're not planning on taking your life for, but let's try to find some areas of support that maybe you have. What about the boy that you are having this child with? Is he a form of support?
He yeah, he's good to me. He's 2 years older than me, so he's 17 right now. Um, he works. He has always been really good to me. But this is not something like we ever planned for or ever really talked about, so I really don't know how he would take it. I mean, I hope he would be fine with it. I mean, we've been together for over a year now.
Do you think that
So,
if you were to tell him, um, he would be open to, supporting you and his child?
well, I would hope so. Um, like I said, I mean, he's always been really good to me. I've never had any problems with him. Everything's been pretty good with him, and I don't know. I mean, I would like to think that he would be okay with it. I mean, wouldn't he have any legal responsibility anyways?
Um, Legally, he would be the father, but I believe I'm not certain. I would have to, you know, look and do some research, and I could get back to you on all of the legal
Mhm.
um, details that go into, you know, like parental figures and custody and all of those different things. But
Mm. Yeah, I think I'd like that. I mean, I feel like I can't really do my own research because I'm so like paranoid and I'm so scared that they're gonna barge in or like look at my phone and then if they go through my searches and stuff like that and they're gonna start suspecting and I don't think I could lie to their faces. Because I feel like they always know when I'm lying and stuff. So, um, if you could do that for me, I would really appreciate it.
yeah, I can definitely look into all of your options, um, and you know how we can find some different resources within the community to help you, um, especially with like prenatal care, all of those different factors. But for now, is there anything um, that you think would help you best for the meantime?
I don't know. I'm just like always on edge. I've been feeling like really scared. And it's to the point where I feel like my hands start shaking. I start breathing really quick. And I don't know. I just feel like frozen. I just feel like cold. And I don't know what to do in those cases.
So what you're saying is like when the thoughts come up, you're experiencing some symptoms of anxiety and just
Yeah.
fear.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know how to deal with that because it's been more frequent now. Like every time I think about it, like I just kind of freeze and all that stuff just happens all over. Like my body just like my hands just start shaking, my body freezes, I feel like cold. Um is stuff that like I've never felt before and I just don't know how to handle it, how to deal with it.
Okay. Um, Maybe we could go through a few different strategies for alleviating some anxiety just to help you in the meantime, just until our next session. Would you be open to that?
Is it stuff that like they would be able to tell? Like
No,
would be suspicious?
no. I can maybe give you some techniques to use that are just private between you and yourself. Nobody would know. Um, Maybe we could try a breathing exercise. Have you ever
How
done that before?
no, I mean I breathe like like everybody else does, but I've never heard of that. I've never like dealt with any of these things. Like I've always been okay, like with all like I have friends, who kind of go through stuff like that, but I've never gone through anything like that myself. So So I don't know. I'm really scared.
Okay. Um, would you like to practice a breathing technique really quickly?
Hmm.
Okay. So you want to close your eyes?
Okay.
Just try to relax and take a deep breath in, hold it, breathe out your mouth, hold it, another deep breath in, and hold it, deep breath out, and hold it. Now you could do that any time of the day, anytime you're feeling anxious. Did you feel any relief doing that?
Felt like it slowed me down a little bit because I was really like I feel like I was going fast, like my mind was just racing. So I feel like that slowed me down a little bit, but I mean, I can try it whenever I start feeling like overwhelmed. Like I can
Okay,
try doing it and hopefully it helps more.
okay. And throughout if you're comfortable coming back to the next session and we can figure out different strategies that work best for you. Um, and just try to be mindful of, the emotions that you're feeling through that time apart. And hopefully soon we can, figure out some plans, figure out some coping mechanisms to get you in a good space.
Okay. So, when would our next session be?
So, our next session, um, if you're available for this time next week,
Hmm.
would you be able to do that?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, that would be great. And yeah, so our session's about to end. Do you have any questions before we go?
Um, no, I guess I'm just looking forward to like the resources that you're gonna provide me with for our next session. Um, I mean, I guess I do have like millions of questions right now, but I'm just trying to like sort them through my mind first because I don't think I've come to terms with it yet. So I'm just trying to do that first.
Okay. Yeah, and we can definitely get all of those questions answered as soon as possible. But I want to thank you for coming. It was very courageous for all of the tough things that you shared. And I just want to commend you for that.
Thank you. I just hope that that in the end everything turns out better than what it is right now.
Mhm.
Like I said, you're the first person that I told this to, so
Mhm.
it makes me feel a little bit better, I guess, that I don't, I didn't keep it to myself completely, that somebody else knows it, so it makes it slightly better.
Mhm.
But I hope that maybe you can help me come up with a solution and how to best go about it.
Yeah, we can definitely navigate some different ways. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll see you next week. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.